Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Fire Red with only one Drowsy was an overall fast run with a real slow ending. Let's follow that up with a highly requested run. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Emerald with a team of only Solrock and Lunatone. First, let's take a look at their stats. Solrock is on the left, Lunatone is on the right. Both have the same health and speed, with the biggest difference being that Solrock has better physical stats, and Lunatone has better special stats. Both are Rock and Psychic, by the way, leaving them weak to 6 types, strong against 5, and immune to 1 because they have the Levitate ability so they don't get hit by ground moves. I know Solrock looks like it's Fire and Rock, but it's Psychic and Rock. For level up moves, they mostly learn the same things, but Solrock gets a bit of extra type coverage, whereas Lunatone is simply stronger with psychic moves due to having higher special attack. Lastly, by TM, the biggest difference is that Lunatone can learn Ice Beam and Solrock can learn a few fire moves. Ice Beam can be a run-saving move against rough dragon types, so I'm pretty happy with that. Like always, I'm writing this script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm confident that I can win, but the post-game fight is going to require we be at a pretty high level. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Solrock and Lunatone. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Torchic with Lunatone so that we can do the whole run with it. I picked to replace Torchic so that our rival would have a Mudkip, probably the hardest for us to fight, and I picked to start with Lunatone because he's not normally in Emerald, so I can't catch him in the wild. I name him Paige. I'm sure some of you already see where this one is going. Our nature is modest, so more special attack, less attack. Considering this is on Lunatone, that's a pretty solid nature. Our ability is Levitate, so we can't get hit by ground moves. So the first step on our journey is to get to Rustboro City. The first gym is the usually slow Rock Gym, but because Lunatone is only in Sapphire, we had to pick him at the start, and that actually gives us a big advantage here. Roxanne's team is weaker to special moves than physical ones, so it's great to start with the Pokemon that has higher special attack. By the time I get to Roxanne's Rock Gym, we're at level 14. We're actually in some danger here because of Rock Tombs doing more damage than I expected, and us not being able to one-shot the Geodudes, but Nosepass hardly tried to fight us, just using Harden and Tackle rather than Rock Tomb. Honestly, if they just spammed Rock Tomb, I would've lost. Right after that was the Fighting Gym, but as a Psychic type, it went how you'd expect. We just swept through them without taking a hit. Now, maybe this is foolish and gonna waste some time in the end, but I'm gonna start avoiding trainers for a little bit. I'm really curious to see if we can beat the Electric Gym without grinding for it for once. First though, our rival. She never ended up even landing a hit though. It was incredible. Why did she use Bide? She has water moves. When I get to Watson, I realize I really should have just fought more trainers. We got shut down pretty fast on Magneton. Confusion is just way too weak. Let's just clear out the local trainers and come back. Many levels later, and we're at level 34, this time we one-shot Voltorb and Electrike quickly, and instantly missed a Hypnosis on Magneton, and got paralyzed in the process. Our following one hit though, and he stayed awake for so long that we actually took him out. Last was Manectric, and although he hit us a few times, we're just way too strong and took him down. On our way to Meteor Falls, we hit level 37 and learned Psychic, finally giving us a great move. Once we hit Meteor Falls, I went ahead and caught a Solrock. We name it Alexander. This is one of those you know it or you don't references. I doubt anyone who doesn't know it is gonna even have a guess on this. Anyway, our nature is serious, so neutral stats. That's perfectly fine with me, I can work with this. And in fact, serious is perfectly thematic for the person it's named after. Maxie ended up being really easy thanks to a lucky crit on Rock Throw, right on the first attempt by the way. It was perfect. Flannery's Fire Gym was even easier than I expected. I knew I'd win, but I didn't think it'd be so close to a no-hit sweep. Let's try our luck on the normal gym. On our way though, I took the Root Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Normal gym time, and we ended up taking absolutely no damage. The only Pokemon he had who could hang on was Slacking, but we have Hypnosis, so I just put him to sleep whenever he's on his active turns for an easy win. Before the Flying Gym is the last rival fight that we need to do, but like usual, it was pretty easy. I wasn't even fully healthy coming into the fight, and we won just fine. Next is the Flying Gym. Swablu and Tropius both went down fast before they could hit us, and Pelipper really wasted our time with a bunch of protects. but he managed to confuse Paige into hitting himself and did a bit of extra damage with Water Gun before he went down. We just kept hitting ourselves as Skarmory came out and hit Sand Attack, so I decided to switch to Alexander to get rid of the accuracy loss. We instantly took massive damage from Steel Wing, and our attacks were doing next to nothing, so we went down fast. Back to Paige, and we almost took him down, but we almost got taken down in return. Thankfully, we're faster and did just enough damage to take Skarmory down in 2 shots. Last was Altaria, and we completely lucked out with Altaria using Dragon Dance twice when she could have finished us off, giving us the win. We're going into the part of the game where I have to fight Team Aqua and Team Magma a bunch, so there's a lot of trainers in between battles. Normally, I wouldn't fight too many of them, but next is the Psychic Gym, and they're not only using double the Pokemon that we are, but they're also using their own Solrock and Lunatone. Considering they resist all of the moves that we currently have, I'll have to grab the TM for Shadow Ball and just level up as much as I can before I get there, and then just hope that that's enough to get the victory. When we get to the next Maxi fight, it actually has a bit of a rough start. I start with Lunatone to waste Mighty Endless Intimidate, then switch to Solrock just to end up getting hit by Swagger, boosting our attack and confusing us. I actually lost 3 attempts due to constantly hitting myself, but on this one we managed to Rock Slide him down. Crobat completely shut down Solrock with bites and took him out pretty fast, and he almost managed to do the same thing with Lunatone, but once I landed Psychic, it was over pretty fast. Last was his Camerupt, but it just wasn't tanky enough to handle Paige using Psychic for long. Finally, it's time for the Psychic Gym. Double battles are really hard to commentate, so I'm just gonna give you the overview of my strategy while it plays. Alexander has Shadow Ball since ghost moves are physical, and Paige is around to spam Hypnosis to try and keep them from hitting us too many times, as well as to occasionally use Psychic to finish off low health opponents. It had a rocky start because of Hypnosis having terrible accuracy, but it didn't take long before we started landing some hits. We ended up winning the whole battle on the first try without dropping below half health. After that was the first and only Archie fight, but he went even better than Maxi, mostly because I didn't hit myself in confusion at all from Swagger, making this a really easy fight. Finally, at the Water Gym, we ended up having a shockingly easy first attempt considering we're using rock types. I mostly just used Rock Slide for the Ice and Dark types, and Psychic to take down everything else. You'd think that a run with rock types in a game with so many water types would be harder than this. And lastly, before the Elite Four was Wally, but he was a breeze. I actually had a really long fight with Gardevoir at the end because I totally forgot to switch to Alexander to take it out with Shadow Ball for ages, but we were never in any danger, they could hardly hurt us. Now, for as well as we've been doing up until this point, this is where we need to prepare. Our Pokemon are levels 53 and 52. Way too low for the Elite Four, so I start going around and getting ready. First, I make a Shell Bell for Paige so that he can heal based on the damage he does. Considering how hard he hits with Psychic, this should be pretty good. For Paige's moveset, I replace Cosmic Power with Calm Mind so that we can buff our special attack, and I replace Rock Throw with Ice Beam for more type coverage. I also go ahead and get the TM for Earthquake and Flamethrower and then teach them both to Alexander. Earthquake will make very good use of his high attack, and Flamethrower is mostly just for type coverage, considering he won't be very strong with it. Lastly, I grind both Paige and Alexander up to level 60. I think this will be a solid starting point, so here's a look at our stats. This is a lot better than we're used to in these runs, although our health is a bit low just because we're a lower level than usual. The first Elite Four member is a Dark Trainer though, so I could see us getting stuck, but it's worth a try. Comment down below and let me know if you think we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Dark Trainer Sydney. Mightyena is first, so we start with less attack from Intimidate and end up losing accuracy to Sand Attack. But we only missed 1 Rock Slide, so we still took him down with decent health. We switched to Paige for Shift Tree and took him down in 1 Ice Beam, then one-shot Cacturne as well. Then we switched to Alexander for Crawdaunt so I could Rock Slide my way through without putting Paige in danger. We go down in 1 Surf, so it's back to Paige. Hilariously, I totally forgot that Crawdaunt was part Dark type on the Dark Trainer, and used Psychic just for it to fail, then took big damage ourselves, but we finished it on the follow-up. Last is Absol, but I crit it for a one-shot with Ice Beam. Well, that was almost a really embarrassing fight. Second is Ghost Trainer Phoebe. This was pretty much a sweep with Shadow Ball, nothing much to say about this one. Third is Ice Trainer Glacia. This one ended up being a total beatdown with Rock Slide, although it did take 2 attempts due to Rock Slide's less than perfect accuracy. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Drake. We just used Calm Mind once and then swept through with Ice Beam and Psychic. It could have gone a lot worse since we did get hit by Smokescreen, but we only ended up missing once. Finally, Pokemon Champion Wallace. First is Wailord and he has Water Spout, so I put him to sleep, then hit Psychic so he can't just one-shot us when he wakes up, then used 1 Calm Mind. Water Spout does more damage the more health Wailord has, so that's why I hit him early. Anyway, the second hit took him down, and Tentacruel was a one-shot. Rock Onyx fell asleep. I should have written down Water Onyx. Rock Onyx is literally just Onyx. Anyway, Water Onyx fell asleep instantly, so I took the chance to get 2 more Calm Minds in before taking it down with 1 Psychic. Ludicolo is 4th, but 1 Psychic took it down, and 5th was the special defense tank, Melodic. Psychic with 3 Calm Minds took it to red health, and we got hit by Toxic. But thanks to his berry, he was too healthy to use a full restore, and we took him down early. Last was Whiscash, but we're too strong and took him down in 1 shot. With that victory, we win the run, but you know it's not over yet because we have to try the post-game fight with Steven Stone. Now, I think we can win this one, but we're too low level right now, so I decided to just hit level 70 before I attempt this. But we've got pretty good type coverage, and Calm Mind is very powerful if we can build it up. So I'm confident that we can win this one. Let's give it a shot. First is Skarmory, so I put it to sleep right away. We usually lose runs to Toxic, so sleep is pretty much required here, and I take the chance to build up 2 Calm Minds before he woke up and nearly took us out with 1 Steel Wing. Thankfully, our next Hypnosis hit, so I got 1 more Calm Mind, then he actually hung on with a Sliver from Ice Beam. He used a full restore though, and we're faster, so we got 2 hits in a row to take him down. Second is Armaldo, but 1 Psychic takes him down, and third is Cradilly. I missed Hypnosis and took an Ancient Power, but the second one hit, so I got 2 more Calm Minds, then one-shot him with Ice Beam. Fourth is Aggron, who was a one-shot with Psychic, and fifth was the pseudo-legendary Metagross. He double resists Psychic, so I have to use Hypnosis, but thanks to my mountain of buffs, I actually overpowered him thanks to critting on the second hit. Not gonna lie, I thought I got shut down when I saw how little damage my first Psychic did. Last was Claydol, but he's weak to ice, so 1 Ice Beam took him down, finishing the final fight of the game without even using Alexander. That was a fun one. For sure not my hardest challenge, but it's nice to have lighter ones every once in a while. Helps keep me sane. Anyway, I really hope you guys like that run. For the next Saturday's Pokemon Challenge, I'm gonna do the much requested run of Pokemon Platinum with 1 Eevee. I'm looking forward to finally having a good ability. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like these, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlist in the description if you want to watch all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend Whatageek and I have done randomizer playthroughs of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black and White, Red and Blue, and now we're doing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire over on his channel, linked in the description. You can also watch myself, Whatageek, and Goosit playing Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon X here on my channel. Also come to my Twitch TV streams and let me know that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.